Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of our global events. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the 100 Days AI Tool Challenge. My name is Pratibha and I'll be your moderator. So if at any point you have any question or if you want to know more about the GSDC, please feel free to use the chat box. And I'll be starting the session, so just allow me a minute to share my screen. Meanwhile, please do let us know from where you guys are watching. We would be happy to know that. So, on behalf of the Global Skill Development Council, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all into the GSDC Studio AI Implementation Series 100 Days AI Tool Challenge, a webinar especially designed for managers and professionals like you so that you can not just learn but you can also apply what you take away. And one of the things which make this webinar so interesting is the amazing expert of panel we have lined up for you. Some of them have already delivered a very incredible and insightful sessions and others are all set to bring in more powerful ideas. Here's a little spoiler. So we are continuously adding more speaker into our panel to making your learning journey even more dynamic and engaging. You want to know how you can grab the spot for upcoming sessions? Well, hang tight till end of today's session and I'll be telling you the details then. So for those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me give you a quick introduction who we are. Global Skill Development Council is a globally recognized certification body committed to bridging the gap between skills, industry, and innovation. We are accredited by ABICB. We are associated with 100 plus training providers and 500 plus subject matter experts who contribute to our program. Till yet, we have a 250,000 professionals certified with us, and we are also associated with 1,000 plus multinational companies and 50 plus university worldwide. We are also very proud to be associated with our media partner WordPress Hub, who do all of our press releases, event releases, and also helping us simplify our initiative and reach it to the wider global audience. So I wanted to make an announcement that we have just launched a very unique platform called GSDC AI Studio, Lifelong Learning Initiative. In this GSDC AI Studio, you will be getting 100 plus live monthly sessions with global experts, in which you will be getting 4 daily sessions, 45-minute live expert lead session for hands-on learnings, session from global experts, learn directly from our AI leaders around the world, real time practice, you can apply concept immediately and get your question answered, certification ready, you'll be getting the training aligned with industry standard for job ready skills. So now how can you get the benefit of this GSTC AI Studio? Well, let me tell you. So there are three ways for this. First, you have a free 30-day access in which you will be getting 80 plus I'm really sorry about that. So in which you will be getting 80 plus live session per month and access to full GSDC Studio. Second, you will be getting GSDC lifelong membership, which is from $109. You will be upgrading to Pro and you will be getting the lifetime access, 80 plus live session per month, access to full GSDC Studio, free GSDC membership, access to physical event, LinkedIn profile improver. Last but not the least, we have a GSDC certification lifetime membership. I'm really I'm really sorry for the participant. We have a little bit cold here. So, the last but not the least, we have GSDC certification lifetime membership starting from $100, and you will be getting the lifetime access for GSDC certification, all benefits of lifetime membership, personalized coaching, capstone projects plus AI tool, GSDC Copilot, competency assessment tool. I'm really sorry. So currently we are covering 100% certification in our portfolio, including learning and development, HR, Gen AI, Agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, Agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and many more. But once you get certified with the GSDC, you just don't walk away with the certification. You also become a community member of our path. And with that, it comes the GSDC membership benefits, which include lifelong membership, certification upgrade, workshop, boot camps, learning club access, and including the full benefit of GSDC AI Studio and many more. So, for those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me tell you quickly about all of the AI tool challenge. This challenge is all about making AI real practical and immediately useful for managers and professionals like you. Across these 100 days, we are diving into tools that will help with everything from automation and collaboration to data driven decision making. So far, we have already completed so many exciting challenges, and today we are moving ahead with yet another insightful sessions. So, I hope you're all ready for that. Which brings me to the highlight of our today's speaker, Karishma Bhatnagar. Karishma Bhatnagar is an experienced senior product manager with over 5 years of experience building enterprise grade products and integration. Most recently, she worked at Upwork, where she led the development of integration for their enterprise solution unit. Before that, she played a key role at VNDLY, now Workday VNDLY, leading greenfield development and managing an entire product module at fast-paced startup. Combining her strong data analysis skill with deep product intuition, Karishma built solutions that digital users and drive business impact. She has an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and finds joy in creating products that transform how people work and connect professionally. Beyond work, Karishma is an immigrant mom, avid learner, and outdoor enthusiast. Today, she will be leading the session on discovering how to streamline and automate routine business operation by building powerful enterprise workflow agent using Congosys AI. This session explores how AI driven agents can handle repetitive tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce operational bottlenecks in building teams to focus on higher value strategic work. But before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder. If you have any queries during the session or if you would like to know more about GSTC webinar initiative, to connect with Karishma regarding the session for any query, any question or answer, please don't hesitate to use the chat box. Once again, don't be shy, drop your reactions, emojis, or quick comment in the chat throughout the session. That's how we know you're actively listening and absorbing the insight. With that, it's time to hand over the virtual mic to the Karishma. Karishma, thank you so much for coming on our platform as a speaker. We are very honored to have you. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Pratibha, for such a great introduction. Nice to meet everyone. I'm just going to start sharing my screen and we can get started here. Okay, you guys can see my screen. All right. So, as Pratibha mentioned, I'm Karishma Bhatnagar. I'm a product manager based out of Ohio, USA, and I have as of now, I have over 7 years of product experience across startups and large corporations. And today we're going to talk about something every enterprise is wrestling with right now. Like, how do we scale our operations without scaling our headcount? We have seen the job market, there's more work to be done with limited resources. So, how do we reduce all the manual work that our team can do without introducing risk? And how do we move from dashboards to decisions? And how can we, potentially fully automate action? So, as I mentioned, we have seen how volume of business operations has exploded over the years, more tickets, more approvals, more updates, more data, more tools. And with that, all these great systems, a huge percentage of work is still repetitive, routine, and deeply manual. So this is where workflow agents come in. They let us take the processes people repeat every single day, like checking the systems, validating the data, taking actions based on that data, and turning them into autonomous workflows. So I'll walk you through what these agents are, how enterprises build them, what workflows are great candidates to apply these workflow agents to. And we'll talk about a little bit about Cognosys AI, which is now rebranded as AutoGrid AI, and some practical lessons from the field. Basically, like I have a specific example I would like to share with you. So, having said that, let's dive in. So, what are workflow agents? These are when we talk about workflow agents, we're not talking about a simple bot or a macro, right? It's a workflow agent is a software entity that can observe. It can observe what's happening, understand the context, make a decision, and take action across systems. So it's more uh, involved than just a standard workflow, which you can see like the classic pattern. I have an example from a blog, which I found really interesting. So I've put the um, image that they had. So the workflow shows like what, it's just taking a task, making a decision, and then moving to the end. But in an agent, it's more involved. It will take in more input from the context. It will take an action, it will execute it, and then feed that back. So there's like a little bit of a feedback loop as well. So, how does all of this start? It starts with the trigger. So, maybe an invoice arrives, a ticket gets created, or a field gets updated in a system. And that's when the workflow agent, steps in, it gets triggered, it will retrieve the relevant context, as I mentioned, like maybe because I work in the human resources industry, so maybe it's getting information from your HRIS, like Workday or Greenhouse and CRM base or your knowledge base, right? It takes that data together with the trigger, uses rules or an LLM to decide what needs to happen, and then it will execute the action. It's like, maybe it's updating a record or sending an email or kicking off another workflow. So, what is important in all of this is the fact that this is all happening automatically and it's pretty dynamic. Like, that, yes, we do give it a set of rules, but it is possible that um, when it's deciding, it's using the LLM rather than just like a set of rigid rules that we give in a standard workflow. So they're a little bit more like a digital teammate that can help move work forward without needing constant human input. So let's go to the next slide. So how do people and like how do companies actually build these agents today, right? So a lot of these enterprise workflow agents follow a very predictable architecture, and understanding this helps us design automations that are stable, scalable, and secure. So as I mentioned, we have the trigger, like the new files, system updates, webhooks, queue messages, and then it's the context layer that I mentioned, like from databases, it can come from APIs, it can come from your HRIS system, your RAG knowledge based. So it has the full picture rather than, so it's like building the context. Like when we usually use like ChatGPT, we will give it like not only like the prompt, but we might give it like different links. We can give them like this is what I heard from all these 5 different stakeholders so that it can make a better decision. So once we have the context layer, we have the decision layer. So this is where all the business rules comes in, validations, the LLM reasoning. So this is like the brain of the automation. And then it's the action layer where it will then execute based on the decision that was taken. So this is where the agent will help uh, you move the work forward without needing somebody to actually like oversee and do that action manually. So this is some of the things, and I've listed out certain like tools and frameworks that enterprises traditionally use. So I hope that helps. And I see some chat questions. I wonder if, okay. Manjula, that is a great question. The RPA, like how is it different? This involves more it takes a lot more context than just like the RPA. From my understanding, RPA is much it's pretty standard. Like we'll give them the workflow uh, at the front, and then it executes based on that. But this is a little bit more context driven, right? But we can have a conversation after this. Okay, so regarding tools that help build these agents, like I mentioned in the previous slide, some of them. Now, when we build these agents, it is like a combination of both AI tools that provide the intelligence and non-AI tools that provide the structure, the integrations, and the reliability. So, you could be using platforms like OpenAI, Claude, LangChain, and AutoGrid AI. So these will help with documenting, understanding, reasoning, decision logic, and orchestrating multi-step workflows using natural language. So as we know, we have worked, like I'm guessing you've worked in small and big companies. Like one thing about companies is they love to have different enterprise systems, like there are like HRIS, CRM, Salesforce, all of these different systems. So to connect them, this is where the non-AI tools come in. And together, this will create like a hybrid stack that gives the agent the flexibility, intelligence, and actually gives it the system connectivity to operate safely inside the enterprise. Okay, so I just wanted to spend a minute on Cognisys or AutoGrid AI because when I was researching, like what are the, because although I have implemented this at my workplace, um, I was looking at what are the other tools that can actually alleviate a lot of the pain points and see what capabilities that they have. And AutoGrid really stood out. So it is actually a purpose-built platform for creating, deploying, and managing workflow agents across enterprise systems. So on their website, they have some really great examples of how AutoGrid can help in research. It can help in automating a lot of these different workflows that I will talk about in a bit. But you can orchestrate and start and manage all your agents within AutoGrid AI really easily. So, as I said, the most important thing for an agent is to be like event driven so that they can wake up and automatically start a workflow when something happens. So, this is definitely accounted for on AutoGrid, and they have a great ability to connect with the different systems so that they can pull the context that they need. So definitely check it out. Like I thought it was pretty interesting, and it had even like one of the things that you want to look out for when you're building an AI, like a workflow agent, is like, is your data secure? Is it safe? Is it governed? And can it really like scale? So this was a pretty interesting tool out there. So going back to a more generic like workflow agents, right? Like when we start building agents, like I think as a product manager, we the company can say, go ahead, automate like everything. But that's generally not a great idea. Like we want to make sure that we are automating things that will provide us the maximum value for the resources that we're going to put in. So, uh, and we want to make sure that we are automating things that should actually be automated. So that when the feature or the agent goes in, it's actually a success. So not every workflow is going to be a good candidate. So what we are really looking for are routine operations, the workflows that the team repeats over and over with predictable steps. So they usually share a few characteristics which I have called out here. They're repetitive, so the same actions happen daily or weekly. They are high volume copy paste activities that are done by maybe a back office operations team, or these are tedious tasks that require oversight because they have just not been automated yet. They have consistent rules, so it's not like 1 week we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and the next week we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. So these should be like something that you can make in a checklist so that it's a very standard operating procedure. And then if a human can follow it, an agent can follow it. So they're usually multi-step. They're not like just one activity, although you could create an agent for just one thing. But I would say these are usually like, you have 5 or 6 complicated steps so that all of them are completed by this agent. And they could also touch like multiple systems like Workday, Salesforce, Jira, internal tools, you name it. So the agents will be great resource when built to orchestrate across the systems. And they definitely do rely on structured or semi-structured data. So we're talking about spreadsheets, forms, invoices with, columns that are already kind of defined for them. So this goes back to like the whole like having a standard operating procedure so that the agent can work on that. And again, so these are all the things that I would look at to for in a workflow if I was automating it. But how do I filter out any workflows that definitely should not be automated, or at least not right now, right? Because technology is not it's uh, evolving very rapidly, but it's not 100% there yet for these like deep judgment, negotiation, or empathy like tasks, like if it is a very tricky escalation or performance conversation. So all of these needs to stay with humans. It needs to stay with like actual people. So, and as I mentioned, if a workflow changes every month or the data input is extremely inconsistent, so the automation can become fragile instead of helpful. So, yeah. And if we choose the right workflows, the more effective the agent will become and the greater the impact of implementing that workflow agent across the business. So these are some examples that I have, like the human resources one, like onboarding workflows. Those are pretty standard in like a certain location, ticketing, in finance. This is actually going to be an example that I'm going to talk about in the next slide that I have been using at my workplace. And supply chain, like, shipment creation, inventory management, like if the inventory drops below a certain threshold, can they like reach out and figure out who are the right suppliers and, send them emails or place an order and then report back. Like all of this can actually be done by agents because it's pretty standard. Like you get a notification when a certain inventory drops below the threshold, and then there are like the standard operating procedure to happen afterwards. And then customer support as well. That is a huge opportunity to have an agent there that can actually route this person who's requesting support to the right individuals within customer support. So these are my thoughts on business operations that should count as routine. Now, moving forward to the example that I was talking about. So, this is something that we have just put in place a while back. So we work with several like third-party EOR vendors. So EOR is just employer of record. And every month we receive invoices that need to be reviewed, validated, transformed because they might send us data in a format that is not compatible with our internal systems, and then we pass it on to finance for processing. So before the automation, this whole process was extremely manual. It was painful. Someone had to download the invoice, cross-verify the, like, say, worker details, the hours, rates, totals, identify mismatches, and then format the file properly before sharing it with finance. So if something went wrong, like, we would have to go back to the vendor and restart the entire cycle. So this took quite a bit of time on a weekly basis, and created delays in terms of, like, either paying the vendor or paying the worker, whatever it might be. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of manual effort involved. And of course, like, you can say, hey, Karishma, why don't you have like a automation in the sense, like, integration between these vendors and the company? And I'm like, yes, that can happen, but there's like safety, security, you need to get like all the approvals from trust and safety, you need to have approvals, and the ability to integrate across these different systems to actually make that integration possible. And when you're working with um, 3 or 4 different of these types of vendors, like, it's not possible to have an integration and maintain it on a weekly basis if the volume is not not justifying the cost of the resources to build the integration. So that's not really an option. So what we did was we built a workflow agent. So, like, not exactly an integration, but slowly getting there. So we built the workflow agent to automate the entire cycle. So when the invoice arrives, the agent detects it automatically, because usually the email has like a specific email subject, it has a specific invoice file in like in a that is titled in a very specific manner. So the workflow agent is able to identify the email as well as the invoice within it. It extracts all the relevant fields, reviews the invoice for accuracy using all the business rules that we have fed it. And then it transforms it into the structure that our internal company is comfortable ingesting it into. So think about like correcting like the columns, cleaning the fields, normalizing names, consistent formatting. And then after that, it will then decide like, okay, is everything looking good? Is it not looking good? And then it will either approve and send it to, when I say approve, it's just like internal process, like, yeah, I did everything right, and then email it to finance. Or it's gonna like say, no, I found something wrong, it needs manual review, and then it would flag it to the program team. So and then all of this is kind of like logged in a monitored audit trail, so that in case, you know 2 weeks down the road, we realize like something went wrong, like, we can go back to this audit log and see like what was received, what was sent, and where things went wrong. So overall, this agent has reduced our manual effort by almost like 80%, which is pretty significant considering like now uh, the effort is much lower. We can focus on more revenue generating tasks rather than these manual tasks that just have to be done but do not contribute to increasing the revenue for the company. And yeah, overall invoices get to the finance team faster, fewer errors, and the team only gets involved when something genuinely requires judgment, and it's not just like copy paste work. So things that require judgment is like, say, uh, the vendors send over something completely like different, like in terms of the data. So the agent might not know what to do with that, say, a particular unit type. That's when it will flag it to us. So this is something that we have worked on, and we have just launched it. So I'm pretty excited to share that with you guys. All right. So some other things that we should and you should also keep in mind when you're building enterprise grade workflow agents is technology supports us, but we also have to think about everything else, like things like data security and governance, role-based access control, like who can actually like what data is even the workflow agent touching, manipulating, like is it sensitive, is it PII, and all of that. So we need to enforce like strict governance, clear approvals, and role-based permissions. So this is definitely something that I would like to call out. And if you're using LLMs, definitely make sure that we have some validation layers to avoid LLM hallucinations and observability, like things that I mentioned about the audit trail. So that is very important so that every action is logged, auditable, and then you can go back to it and check. So yeah, these are some things that we should think about. And so one part is making sure that you have the guardrails, but you should also need to have like a fallback plan. Like what if the automation breaks? What if like this workflow agent like gets so that either they automatically retry, back off the logic so the temporary failures resolve themselves, or definitely alerts to human teams like the program team that I mentioned. Like if it thinks something went wrong, like it will send us an email so that we can go in and take a look in terms of like why something did not proceed as per normal. So I would say this is definitely one of the important areas to look out for. And finally, in terms of, how do you start building this? Like, just wanted to share a very practical, like simple 90-day roadmap, which you can use like first I would say like the first 30 days are going to be extremely important because you want to identify and prioritize like high value workflows. So it's all about discovery, prioritization. You're not building anything yet, but you're mapping out the work, and you sit with the teams, observe where all the manual work is, and then you then decide, okay, what is the impact versus effort. So we do this a lot in product management. Like you would have the rice framework, you will see which one you want to work on, and then you want to pick something that provides most value to your company, and then move on to like the building testing phase. So this is where you would start identifying triggers, how the data and the business rules will be provided to the agent, and you actually start building the agent, and you would want to test it in like a sandbox or in a QA environment before putting it into production. So that's where the 60-90 days, you will move it to production and see how it's scaling, because sometimes agents work great in shadow mode, but then when it goes into production, it might not scale very well. You might get more use cases than you have accounted for. So a lot can go wrong, but generally, this would be my way of introducing a workflow agent. So, and that's pretty much it that I wanted to share with you guys. So I am good to take some questions now. Manjula, AutoGrid, I think it says that it's free, but when I was trying to register for it, like right now they're not taking any new folks, but the examples that I saw were like pretty interesting. So I would definitely check it out, and I think they have like a link to register interest, so you can do that. How did I create it? Like, so I worked a lot with my engineering team, and we started like from a product perspective. I was like, uh, um, okay, this is what we have to do, and we can potentially use this type of method. And we worked together to decide like what are the different context tools that this workflow agent will be retrieving data from. And so I pretty much worked on it like not as like, okay, we need to build an agent, but I went with them with a problem, and then engineering and I decided like this is what we want to build. Uh, Ritesh, like, can you share a use case for workflow automation and which are the most popular tools? I would say the example that I gave about the finance and invoicing, that is a good one. Onboarding, like when somebody gets onboarded, they have to do quite a few tasks. Like that. Well, when I'm saying onboarded, in the sense like when an offer comes in, people have to review it for budget. People have to review it against compliance and all of that. So these are probably another use case for workflow automation. And yeah, no, AutoGrid is just one of the many tools in the market. I would say definitely research for your own specific use case. But AutoGrid was just something that stood out to me. Not affiliated with AutoGrid, so just wanted to call that out as well. Right?
Thank you so much, Karishma, for the amazing and insightful session and answering all of the question. Today, I'm really sorry. Today's learning journey was a roller coaster ride for us. So we do have few questions from our LinkedIn and YouTube participant as well. So we will just take 3 to 4 questions from them. But before then, Rishan wants to know where all can autograde be used.
AutoGrid, they have quite a few use cases. I would say definitely go to their website. They have some 4 or 5 examples that they show. Some of them were like, say, candidate resume parsing, like evaluating candidates once they have applied for the job. That was one. The finance one was another. So check their website. They have some good use cases.
Thank you so much for those detailed answer, Karishma. So the next question we have, what are the top 2, 3 routine business process where Cognisys AI deliver the fastest automation impact?
It depends on the business use case, I would say, like, definitely, because if you're automating something that takes like 5 minutes and then you automate it and it's down to 1 minute. So yes, you get like 4 minutes off. But if you're automating something that generally takes you like 5 hours and you automate it down to like 5 minutes, so the delta for that second task, again, all of this is going to be very specific to your use cases, what your business is trying to do. So this goes back to the same thing of like, what workflow are you automating? Because if you don't answer that correctly, like no matter what you automate, it's just you're just doing it for the sake of automation, but it's not really getting you the return on investment on the amount. Yeah.
Thank you so much for those insightful answer, Karishma. So next question we have, can you explain how non-technical teams can create or customize workflow agents without coding?
That is a great question. So I do have a technical background. However, I've never really coded in my professional career. So I can read code, I can understand code, but I have never coded before. So one of the best tools that I have used so far, again, it's going to be very typical, but ChatGPT can really help you in terms of, say, I want to create a workflow agent, or don't even talk about workflow agent. Talk to them about you have a task that you do. Tell them all these are my checklist, and I want to create a Google App scripts because I work a lot with Google Documents. Say I want to create a Google App script and I want to automate this. Can you help? And literally, ChatGPT will write the entire script for you. Don't have to do anything. Just copy and paste it, put it in. It will give you the instructions like first do this, first do that, and you just follow it, and it will automate that entire process. Like I would try something small, like, for example, the example I was talking about in terms of the finance invoice. Tell it that, I just want to transform it from this structure to the other structure. Like start with a small segment and see how that actually pans out. And it's very helpful. So I would start with that.
Thank you so much for those amazing answers. So we'll not be able to take more question. I really for that. So we are going to take the last question now. So according to you, what do you think? What are some challenges organization face when shifting from manual workflows to AI-driven agent?
I think one of the major challenge is getting all the teams on board. Sorry, I was just checking if I was muted. Because when we automate, like say, a customer success or customer support related workflow, it can make the team, the customer support team, feel a little shaky because they're like, oh no, this I used to do this, but now it's out of my control. But like working with them to make them feel like you are the SME, your input matters, and then yes, we are building this so it will help you so that you can do X, Y, and Z more things. So, like that change management piece is going to be very critical. And I see that as the biggest challenge because technology is there. Like, and companies, another challenge might be getting product managers or engineers who are comfortable building this. But in this job environment in this day and age, I think everybody is like upskilling and really learning more about AI to build all of these tools. So these are the two things that I see: change management and tech skills.
Thank you so much for those detailed and thoughtful answers. So I'm sure our participants have gotten most of their query resolved. So before moving ahead, would you like to give any final comment, Karishma?
No, thank you so much for having me. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again for coming on our platform and giving such an insightful sessions. We are very honored to have you. So, participant, as I told you, that will not be able to take more question. I'm really sorry for that, but I am sharing Karishma's LinkedIn ID into the chat box for your convenience, guys, so that you guys can connect with her directly. And if you need any guidance, if you have any query, I'm sure Karishma would be happy to help you out, guys. Right, Karishma?
Absolutely happy to connect.
Thank you so much. So, participant, please do connect with Karishma directly on her LinkedIn. I have shared the LinkedIn into the chat box. Now, the moment you have been all waiting for today's AI tool challenge. So, just give me a minute to share my screen. So this is today's AI tool challenge. Today your mission is use Cognosys AI to design an enterprise-grade workflow agent that can automate a routine business operation such as reporting, data entry, customer updates, scheduling, or approvals. Your goal is to experience how AI agent can streamline internal process and reduce repetitive manual work. So I'm sharing this challenge into the chat box for your convenience, guys, so that you guys can take the part into this challenge. And while sharing, after completing this challenge, make sure you're posting it on LinkedIn. And while you're posting it on LinkedIn, you're tagging the GSDC. Because by tagging the GSDC, you guys will give us a chance to follow your journey and help you in any step of the way and also cheer for you every step of the way. So if you'll have any assistant, you can connect with us directly also. Also, after the completing of 100 days AI tool challenge webinar, there is an gifts of there will be the winner will be getting the $400 worth gift certification voucher. So make sure you're grabbing this offer. And we are so happy to see this many participants are actively taking a part into the AI tool challenge. And while posting it on LinkedIn, they are tagging the GSDC and they are giving us a chance to follow their journey. So make sure you're also doing it so that we can also track your improvement and follow your journey as well. So before wrapping up, I just wanted to make a few announcements. So we have a utility tool which can help you into your job hunting journey. Now, how it can help you? So in today's AI era, where every person is taking a help for easing their professional life on a daily basis, HRs and recruiters are also one of them. So now most of the HRs and recruiters use the AI screening system to scan your resume because they do get a lot of resumes. So they do take the help from the AI from screening your resume, and on the basis of shortlisted, they reach out to the best candidate for the jobs. But that is also the reason that most of the candidates are, even after having the skills and experience, the resume can get rejected. So in that case, what you can do, you can take the help of utility tool. So what you have to do, you have to log in into via your LinkedIn ID and password, and according to the job you're looking, according to the designation and industry you are looking, it will give you a recommendation how to improvise your LinkedIn profile regarding your bio, regarding your portfolio, regarding your experience management, everything. It will help you everything. So what, please do take the use of the advantage of the utility tool, because it will make your job hunting journey even more easier and will stand out in front of the HRs and recruiter. Also, for our participant, we are giving a complimentary coupon code for 100% off. So you can buy the first use, you can take the 100% off coupon code advantage. And I am sharing the coupon code link into the chat box for your convenience, guys, so that you don't miss out. So this is your chance. Take the help of utility tool and make your job hunting journey even more easier. And before wrapping up, I just wanted to announce regarding tomorrow's event. So tomorrow we are going to have one more event for the AI implementation series, which is at the same time 10:30 a.m. CST, 12:30 a.m. SGT, 10 p.m. IST and 11:30 a.m. EST. I hope to see you all there as well. And we are also conducting some other webinars which include the learning and development. And in that, you will be getting the ONI tomorrow. And he is going to give you the session of on some user case studies, which will help you into your learning and development transformations. And it is conducted from 17 November to 21st November at 8:30 a.m. CST, 10:30 p.m. SGT, and 8 p.m. IST. Apart from that, we are also conducting the generative AI and agentic AI webinar as well. It is going to help you into real business impact for applying intelligence. And it is conducted from 17 November to 21st November at 6:30 a.m. CST, 8:30 a.m. SGT, and 6 p.m. IST. Last but not the least, we are also conducting ISO webinar, which include the ISO 42001 and ISO 27001 across industries from 17 to 21st November at 8:30 a.m. CST, 10:30 p.m. SGT, and 8 p.m. IST. So these are the platform where you guys can connect with us, our LinkedIn group, our WhatsApp group, our website. You guys can go over there and you can check out regarding our events update, press conference release and everything. So I'm sharing all of this link into the chat box for your convenience, guys, so that you don't miss out. Also, we would love to hear your feedback, what you're thinking about the sessions we are scheduling for you, the speakers who are coming on our platform and making your learning journey even more engaging, dynamic, and fun, the topics we are covering for you, or if you have any suggestions, we would love to hear that, because your feedback and your suggestion will help us to improve your learning journey to make a better and understandable process, also more dynamic, engaging, and fun. So please drop your feedback on the Trustpilot. I'm sharing the Trustpilot link as well into the chat box for your convenience, guys. And now it's time to celebrate our referral champions. So we have Dauda, Saroj, and Leela Venkatesh. So thank you to all three of you, and to helping us simplify our initiative and reach it to the wider global audience. Keep the momentum going. You can also be part of our referral championship. So what you have to do, if any of your peers, colleagues, and professional wants to join for this webinar, just go onto our website and take the referral link from over there for any of the webinar and share that referral link to your peers, colleagues, and friends. So if once a person will be joining from your referral link, you will earn a point. So once you hit a $50 point, you will be able to get one free gift certification voucher. So hurry, this offer is for a very limited time of period. Make sure you're grabbing this offer as well. And with that, it's time to come to an event. Thank you so much once again, Karishma, for the amazing and insightful session. We are very honored to have you and we'll be looking forward to having you in another sessions as well. Thank you so much, all of the participants, for joining in our today's learning journey. And I hope to see you all tomorrow as well. Till then, keep learning, keep energizing. Have a good day, good night, good evening, wherever you are.